Yes, good morning, Gambia. Here are several government ministers who have also come here to pay tribute and also signed a condolence book for the late Vice President Dr. Ali Badara Joof. These gentlemen and women are in front of you, ministers also in the government. We have them, the Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology. We have the Minister of Information, Minister of Children, Gender and Social Welfare, the Minister of Trade. We have the Minister of Basic and Secondary Education. We have the Minister of Environment, Climate Change and Natural Resources, the Minister of Digital, the Minister of Justice, the Minister of Sport, the Minister of Fishery. All those are ministers, the cabinet members of Adama Barrow second term here. They all here to pay tribute and also to sign the condolence book of the late Vice President Dr. Ali Badara Joof, who passed away in India on Wednesday morning. It has also in respect to this his service to the nation, the President of the Gambia, Adama Barrow, has also declared a 7-day mourning for the late Vice President, and all flags will be flying half-mast during this period. Hani bi mbadiŋolu al ñalbe mool me ye lon ko ñiŋ kewol niŋ musol mil be looriŋ janne ñiŋ lemu banko la ministal te mi ye lon ko i be Adama Barrow la mararo kunto le al ñaabe kewo min na mi ye lon ko wo lem ñinti ko ada Professor Pierre Gomes wala minister mi ye lon ko Minister of Higher Education, Research and Science and Technology, and member noto wala Honorable Lamin Queen Jammeh, wala Minister of Information, and Minister Koteng mi ye lon ko wol bebe marin ate Vice President na abundato wonyil beke dankun atelato bari kabir nyin kibaro na tadura keta ni kuate Gambia na anin Gambia dandalal bankol bela anin momo mi yalon ko amu bankola kanun teti wolam nyinti ko kabira keta doron dual beke kan ne pour kaje ko ate nyin ko mi yalon ko ay Gambia fana dal tata mol kono mi yalon ko bankola maral ko e abenu wolle kono so at fana alana taka min jiodoya. So these people here will today sign the condolence book, and his service to the nation will remain. Just remind you that he is gone, but history, as far as history is concerned, his service will remain in the hearts and minds of all Gambians. We just join hands and pray, may Allah grant him Jannatul Firdaus with the rest of the departed souls. Nyimutu moti miyalon ko amuni ko ya watoleti bawo ate fana yetta wota num pour ka Gambia fana makoy nga futa dulato miyalon ko banko dingol be laftale nga futa jele bari jongo ka ko mira alala how to go when God decides, that's what happened. So we urging all Gambians and also friends of the Gambia to join hands and pray for Allah to grant him Jannatul Firdaus.
It's a sad moment for me, and it's a sad moment for the entire country, that is Gambia. I received the news with a real shock, and I still cannot come to terms with the passing of my Vice President, Badara Alieu Joof. Badara Alieu Joof was my Vice President, and he was my friend. He was a very committed gentleman to the country we call the Gambia. He left a big vacuum for his passing. I will seize this opportunity to extend my condolences to the cabinet, to the Gambian people, and to the entire world. We will miss Badara. He was somebody who was really committed to his work, and a very intelligent man for that matter. And he delegated all his life to the service of this nation. And I think he has touched many lives in this country. Some of the people who have passed through Badara, some of them are in cabinet now. Some of them are in high authority in this country. So Badara will be remembered as a very good man, as somebody who have contributed to the development of this country. We are together during the transition. That is 5 years, because of his competence and his contribution and his commitment and his loyalty. That's why I appointed him as my Vice President. Not Vice President alone, but my able Vice President, who was really supporting me, and the journey was for us to work together and develop this country, because it was a promise that we will serve this country and we will impact the life of the people of this country for another 5 years. And that journey was started in 2022 to 2026. But unfortunately, he was not able to make it. But I will encourage my colleagues, cabinet members, for us to continue working together and make sure we fulfill the ambition that Badara had for this country. It is very, very sad, very difficult to come to terms. It's very untimely. But we have faith, we have to accept it and move on. It's a mourning period. We want all the Gambian people to mourn Badara. And this is the first time a sitting Vice President passed during active service. But it is destined that way. You cannot change destiny. On that note, I thank everybody for the support during these trying moments. Thank you.
Oh
Hello viewers, now signing the condolence book is Professor Pierre Gomez, the Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, who succeeded a Vice President on that position, who was serving as the Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology before he was appointed as the Vice President on 4th May 2022. We have that is Professor Pierre Gomez, who is also making his signature as part of his tribute and also the condolence to the late Vice President Dr. Alieu Badara Joof. We have several other ministers who are also coming here to sign this condolence book as far as to remember the Vice President, his service to the nation, and also to pray for him. May Allah grant him Jannatul Firdaus. Professor Pierre Gomez is the Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology. He has completed his signature to this condolence book. We now have the majority leader of the National Assembly, Honorable, who is the member for Kantora constituency. He is the one signing the condolence book at the State House currently in Banjul. Ani bi mbading holu ka fale drong bao panko nyatanko. He has opened the signing of this book saying member nyimbuko sign kan wala myntiko Honorable Bileji Tunkara atemu Kantora la constituency National Assembly member la dulata miyalon ko na banko maral kitabol bolto banko ta manden nya akatara wolto luwal kadada woto atele mu jeti miyalon ko ikafa majority leader melmu mel kana siada ja ba waterbe representing NPP wolam party miyalon ko abe banko marakanten to babul ka for a majority leader. So he is the one signing this condolence book at the State House, following the signature done by the Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, who is Professor Pierre Gomez, who succeeded Vice President Dr. Alieu Badara Joof. We now have Honorable Alajimbo, who is also signing this condolence book. Honorable Alajimbo is National Assembly member for Shalom and signing this condolence book. I think after him we're having Honorable Alajes Dabo, who will also be signing this condolence book. It's a sad moment for Gambia, and also you can see it from the faces of these people. It is really touching to see the lost Vice President at this moment, who promised to help, and also the promise he made was to serve this country, and then his mandate will have ended on 2026 until when there is a renewed when it should be renewed, but unfortunately he could not make it to that time because God's decision comes first. And Honorable Alajimbo has also completed signing this condolence book. Now we have Honorable Alajes Dabo, who is also coming to sign this condolence book. It's a moment to see, and also we witnessing this in Banjul. Mbadingol alnyabe kewmin nyata mi yalon ko abe nyimbuko sign kan wolom nyinti Honorable Alaji S. Dabo atefana mu National Assembly member ti signed atelebe nyimbuko fanan kala signero kala ni komo pro ke remembrance timol mi yalon ko wolin condolence buko ta ka sign ke la signero ka bala nyimbe ko timi yalon ko ka bunyadi ate momi yalon ko wolum Dr. Alieu Badara Joof yalon ko aliyata min jodo ya ate arab lungo somandala India Bangkok. It's from you can hear it since his death was announced. This has left Gambians in shock, and a lot of people reaction shows you that the Vice President was someone who was really committed in serving the nation. You can hear from what the President have already said here, He was not only a vice president but friend to many, a father, a brother, uncle, and also uh, in-law to others. His legacy will remain in the history books as far as this country is concerned. Within the short moment he served as vice president, we have seen the impact he made, the reunification among government officials, and the change he wished to make. And then we have seen the change that he was making. This now, Honorable Arajes Dabo is also taking the pen, putting pen to paper as part of his remembering the late vice president. Yes, now we have the Minister of Information, Lamin Queen Jammeh, who is also shining the condolence register. Lamin Queen Jammeh is the Minister of Information of the Gambia. He is also putting pen to paper as part of remembering the Vice President, Dr. Alieu Badara Joof. Several other ministers are also around to sign this condolence book at a time when the country is mourning the demise of the great son, who is Dr. Alieu Badara Joof, the Vice President of the Gambia. He is the first Vice President to die in the history of the Gambia while serving. So this has left not only his cabinet colleagues, the president, and the Gambian people in a shock, but the entire Africa and also friends of the Gambia. We can see since the date was announced, a lot of people have sent condolences to the family, and it's really a shock, not only to the ministerials, but also Gambians home and abroad. We seen yesterday on social media since the announcement was made on Twitter before an official statement was issued. A lot of people wrote sending their tributes and prayers to the vice president, and a lot of people were shocked, and you can see it from the faces of even those people. It is indeed a shock, but nonetheless, his scope is yet to arrive in Gambia, and when he arrives, there will be a state funeral. His scope will be laid in, will be played funeral before his burial. The burial is yet to be announced, but as soon as the corp arrives in Gambia, everything the public will be informed accordingly. Now we have Honorable Fat Kinta, the Minister of Gender, Children, Social Welfare. Honorable Kinte is also putting pen to paper to sign the condolence book at the State House. We can see it from the faces of these ministers crying, and it's really a sad moment.